Here's the impression that I have for the new Canon EOS R. Full frame mirrorless system has been around for a while now. I'm actually never a fan of the full frame mirrorless camera system. So yesterday I got a chance to have some hands-on time with the new Canon EOS R. I'm very excited about this system. Not because of the body, not because of the mirrorless system, but because of the lens that Canon is making. Okay, here's a little bit of my photography background for you. I'm not a professional photographer. I'll consider myself as a prosumer. That's what they call it. Pro and then amateur, you know, the in-between, the prosumer, they call it. I've actually used many different types of system, and I actually own a 5D Mark IV, 6D. My everyday system is actually Panasonic GH5. That's what I've been using for all my video works. I'm actually not biased to any brands. I would consider myself, you know, quite familiar with like interchangeable camera system. I've used from micro four third to full frame. Generally, I know what I want with a camera. For the new Canon EOS R, to be able to excite me, that's actually quite good, right? Canon is actually pushing to bring us like more lenses that does not exist in previous systems. So what Canon is pushing is to make lenses that are previously not viable or too huge to be made for the old system. Canon has actually made a 2870 with a f2 aperture. So okay, if you were to make this lens in the old system, it will be too huge. What is so exciting about this lens is 2870 with a f2 constant aperture. It's actually a very versatile lens. So it's a zoom prime lens, just put it that way. So you can actually cover like, you know, from 35, 50 to even maybe 70 is like close to 85. Just with this one lens, you'll be able to shoot a lot of things. If you're a prime lens user, you'll know what I mean. This lens is not backward compatible with my 5D. So, oh my god. Am I going to buy a system just for that lens? Maybe I will, huh? What do you think? And I'm actually quite excited, like, what are the new lenses that will come out in the near future? Let's go back to the 2870 f2. So, it looks like a huge lens, right? I won't say that it's light, but it's very well balanced in weight. So, it doesn't make you feel fatigued after carrying it for like a good 10 minutes. Because, okay, I'm old now. So personally, when I use my 5D Mark IV with the 24-105 kit lens, after 5 minutes, my hand starts to cramp. I'm that old now. I feel so old now. When I carry this 2870 f2 together with the EOS R, I don't feel that fatigue. It's actually quite amazing. And the reason being that this lens can be so well balanced is because with the mirrorless system, most of the heavy components on the lens has been pushed backward closer to the body. You won't feel the weight to be lopsided towards the front, and I think that's pretty much why it works. And because of aging, I have truly been considering to ditch the full frame system and get a smaller system where I can be lugging and bringing everything around with me when I travel. This EOS R do make me think that maybe I can still maintain my full frame system in a way. Yes, the lens is heavy, but at least now I know that if I have the 2870 f2, it's such an all-rounder lens. So probably I don't need to bring so many lenses. And in my heart, it's really BBB MTL. Bye, 卖涂料. I really need to strike 4D in order to get that. Well, because the price for that lens has not been revealed. Looking at the 50mm f1.2, which has a hefty price of like 3,600. I'm assuming that the 2870 f2 would definitely cost over 4K. So all in all, probably I would need to strike 4D to win 10K to get this new system. But I'm really considering it. I'm crazy. And with the introduction of this new system, Canon has actually introduced 3 different types of mount adapter where you can actually use it with your existing EF and EFS lens. So why do you need 3? So basically, the first one is the normal one where there's nothing special about it. It's just a converter for your existing EF and EFS lens to be mounted on this EOS R system. So one of the other 2 adapters actually comes with a control ring where you can straight off use the control ring feature to customize any controls with that ring when using your EFS and EF lens. That's wonderful, right? And the third mount adapter is actually a mount adapter with a drop-in filter slot. So you will be able to put in ND filters and polarized filter into this slot. So that means you don't need to buy separate filters for your different lens. That's the good thing. Well, the sad thing for me is it's not compatible with the RF lens. That's so sad, right? Hopefully they'll make one soon, no? So that you can save so much money on buying filters, When the lens, like a super wide angle, which is curved, you can't get those things. I mean, ND filter maybe, but not a polarized lens filter for those curved lens. No way. And this will actually work. And it's like you just only need to buy one time, You don't need to buy so many in different sizes, They have input quite a few customized buttons on different parts of the camera. And that includes the customizable ring control on the new RF lenses. And based on your usage and preference, you can actually customize these buttons and rings for different scenarios and different usage. So there's this new control, which is the slider and tap. There is a feature where you can actually enable a quick access. When you long tap the button, you'll be able to go into the menu to quickly change it to a different settings control based on your requirement on the fly. That's another plus point for me. And finally, a USB charging Canon system. Okay, it's so troublesome to actually to bring a charger these days. With USB charging, plus. And I also quite like that this system actually has the swivel LCD where they didn't have that for the 5D Mark IV. So it's actually very useful. If you don't like it, I don't understand why. Because there's so many scenarios that you can actually use that. Like, shooting low, shooting high. You can just see the LCD and then frame your shot. It's so easy. So there's something that I find it weird, but at the same time it's good, because Canon actually have this app in the iOS store, and I think it's only for the iPad, where it's called the Digital Photo Professional Express app. So what does this app do? So basically, now you can actually take a HDR shot in RAW and be able to do your editing via this app on the iPad. But one thing I don't understand is, why are they not making this available for your computers, like, an Adobe plugin or even a software for your Mac or Windows? Weird, right? But I do appreciate that I have the ability to do HDR RAW processing. So if I ever get to try it, I'll let you know how good it is or how bad. So Canon actually introduced this new shutter. So when you turn off the camera, this shutter will actually come down, and then it would protect the sensor from dust when you are changing the lens. That's quite cool, right? Canon, you did it right. Well, I think you have heard enough of the good things. Now I'm going to talk to you about the things that I don't like. So having used the GH5 for all my video works, so I'm very used to a non-crop 4K 50 frames per second. I'm just quite shocked that till now Canon is still doing like 4K crop at 1.7 and 30 frames per second. How can? And I'm also shocked that if you want to take 120 frames per second, the video can only be shot in HD mode, which is 720p. Why? Even though there's some setbacks on the video side, but if you are not into videography, probably you can consider this new EOS R system. And I really can't wait to get my hands on this new EOS R system, and especially together with the 2870 f2 lens. Oh, that would change my life, man. It's a life-changing moment. So anyway, hope you like this quick hands-on impressions that I have for the new Canon EOS R system. Do like and subscribe to us and share this video. Maybe you can leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about this new system. Or are you a Sony or Nikon user or a Canon supporter? I'm actually not biased to any brands. What I find that fits me the best. Okay, so see you.